Good morning children. Today we are going to see 6th English. Children, in this video session we are going to learn the grammar, sentences and subject and predicate. So listen carefully to the session, and in case if you have any doubt, make a note of it and it will be rectified on the day of reopening. Okay children, let's move on to the topic. Children, as we all know very well that there are 26 letters in English alphabet. We must not say that there are 26 alphabets in English, because the English language has only one alphabet, A to Z, or 26 letters of the English alphabet. So we must say there are 26 letters in English alphabet. Alphabet is divided into vowels and consonants. Alphabet is divided into vowels and consonants. Letters like A, E, I, O, U are vowels. All the letters other than vowels are called as consonants. Letters like A, E, I, O, U are vowels. All the letters other than vowels are called as consonants. Z. Letters like B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y. Next, sentence. When we speak or write, we use words. We generally use these words in group. As little Jack Horner sat in a corner. Little Jack Horner sat in a corner. So, a group of words like this is called a sentence. When we speak or write, we use words. We generally use these words in group. As little Jack Horner sat in a corner. So a group of words like this is called a sentence. Children, let us see another example. Rises the sun east in the. Rises the sun east in the. This example has a group of words. Children, tell me, can we call this is a sentence? No, because it does not convey any meaning. Children, see this. The sun rises in the east. The sun rises in the east. It conveys a complete meaning. So, we can call this is a sentence. Now, let us see the definition for sentence. What is sentence? A group of words which makes a complete sense is called a sentence. Children, I repeat, what is sentence? A group of words which makes a complete sense is called a sentence. Next, let us see the kinds of sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences. They are declarative or assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence and exclamatory sentence. Children, there are 4 kinds of sentences. They are declarative or assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence and exclamatory sentence. First, let's see the declarative or assertive sentence. Children, what is declarative sentence? A sentence that makes a statement or gives an information is called a declarative or assertive sentence. It usually ends with a full stop. Children, what is declarative sentence? A sentence that makes a statement or gives an information is called a declarative or assertive sentence. It usually ends with a full stop. Children, now let's see some example. I love my dog. I love my dog. My new car is black. My new car is black. Sheila brushes her teeth twice a day. Sheila brushes her teeth twice a day. So, these are the examples of declarative sentence. Next, let us see an interrogative sentence. Children, what is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. It usually ends with a question mark. What is an interrogative sentence? A sentence that asks a question is called an interrogative sentence. It usually ends with a question mark. For examples, where do you live? Whose pants are these? Which do you prefer, white or red? So, these are the examples of interrogative sentence. Next, imperative sentence. What is an imperative sentence? A sentence that expresses a command or a request is called an imperative sentence. It usually ends with a full stop. Children, I repeat this. What is an imperative sentence? A sentence that expresses a command or a request is called an imperative sentence. It usually ends with a full stop. For examples, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Please be quiet in the library. Please be quiet in the library. Pass the salt. Pass the salt. So, these are the examples for imperative sentence. Okay children, next let us see the exclamatory sentence. What is an exclamatory sentence? A sentence that shows anger, fright, surprise, happiness or other strong feelings is called an exclamatory sentence. It usually ends with an exclamation mark. Children, I repeat, what is an exclamatory sentence? A sentence that shows anger, fright, surprise, happiness or other strong feelings is called an exclamatory sentence. It usually ends with an exclamation mark. For examples, that is a huge fail. That is a huge fail. I am angry. I am angry. I love the color of your room. I love the color of your room. So, these are the examples of exclamatory sentence. Children, now let's do some exercise. Identify the kinds of sentences. Your first example. What is your favorite cartoon? What is your favorite cartoon? It asks a question because the sentence ends with the question mark. So, it is an interrogative sentence. Next, get out of my house. Get out of my house. It expresses a command. So, it is an imperative sentence. Your next example is, I need to go to the mall and buy a new shirt. I need to go to the mall and buy a new shirt. Children, in this sentence gives an information. So, it is a declarative sentence or assertive sentence. Next example, did you remember to close the gate? Did you remember to close the gate? It asked a question and ends with a question mark. So, it is an interrogative sentence. Next example, I had a great time at the party. I had a great time at the party. The sentence expresses a strong feeling and ends with an exclamation point. So it is an exclamatory sentence. Next, do your homework. Do your homework. The sentence expresses a request. So it is an imperative sentence. Okay children, I hope you all have understood what are sentences and what are the kinds of sentences. Next, let's move on to the next topic, subject and predicate. When we make a sentence, we name some person, place or thing. That is called as subject. When we say something about that person, place or thing is called a predicate. Actually, the subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it occurs in the middle or at the end of your sentence. Children, when we make a sentence, we name some person, place or thing. That is called as subject. When we say something about that person, place or thing is called a predicate. Actually, the subject of a sentence usually comes first, but occasionally it occurs in the middle or at the end of your sentence. Now, let's see some examples. The first one, the boy stood on the burning deck. The boy stood on the burning deck. Here, we talk about the boy. So, the boy is the subject. Stood on the burning deck. It tells about the subject. So, it is predicate. So, in this sentence, the boy is the subject. Stood on the burning deck is the predicate. Let's see the next example. A barking sound that shepherd hears. A barking sound the shepherd hears. Here we talk about the shepherd. So the shepherd is the subject. A barking sound hears is the predicate. Children, you can see that the subject comes in the middle of the sentence. So in this sentence, the shepherd is the subject. A barking sound hears is the predicate. Your next example is, on the top of the hill lives a hermit. On the top of the hill lives a hermit. Here we talk about a hermit. So a hermit is the subject. On the top of the hill lives is a predicate. Here we can find the subject at the end of the sentence. So, the subject of the sentence may come in the beginning, middle or at the end of your sentence. So, children, in this sentence, a hermit is a subject. On the top of the hill lives is the predicate. The next example is, the batsman hits the ball. The batsman hits the ball. Here, we talk about the batsman. So, the batsman is the subject, hits the ball is the predicate. Next example, we are going to the zoo. Here, we is the subject or going to the zoo is the predicate. Okay children, now let us do some exercise. The first one, he has a good memory. He has a good memory. Here, in the sentence, he is the subject, has a good memory is the predicate. Second one, Edison invented the phonograph. Edison invented the phonograph. Here in this sentence, Edison is the subject, invented the phonograph is the predicate. The third one, the singing of the birds delights us. The singing of the birds delights us. Here in the sentence, the singing of the birds is the subject, delights us is the predicate. Okay children, I hope you all have understood this video session. Let's meet in our next session with more interesting topic.